You're struggling right now to define yourself, to define your goals. This episode is going to be of tremendous value to you. By the end of this video, you're going to know whether you're a rock star or whether you're a spectator. If you are on the spectator side right now and you want to come and join us on the rockstar professional side, today's episode is going to give you the exact plan of how you can. My name's Adam Holmes. I'm a songwriter. I live in Edinburgh in Scotland. In my career, I've built 500,000 followers. I built a Patreon club with 800 members. I've done thousands of concerts. My albums have won awards from the BBC. I have had songs in Outlander and on BBC radio stations. I currently have 50,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. And each week on a Sunday, I take a wee bit of time to share my experience, share my wisdom, and I hope it can help you. Today, friends, I want to talk to you about being a professional. Why? Why is it potentially important to be a professional? For the sake of your own involvement. Specifically, I'm speaking about becoming a professional within the realm of creative endeavor. So if you're a writer, if you're a musician, if you're a poet, I want to urge you today in this episode to become a professional. Why? To evolve your soul. Because the active pursuit of professionalism, becoming a rock star in your small realm, is going to grow you. It's going to evolve you. Also, it is going to put you in a space of service. Those who are rock stars, those who are professionals, are in a space of service. They serve others. They are focused on offering value to the world. Rather than their own limitation, rather than their own self-doubt, they are focused on offering value to the world. Let me give you an example of this. I could decide that I want to become better at public speaking, and I could spend a lot of time on that activity without defining clear results. But rock stars, professionals, define clear results. So I could have a goal. I want to have one YouTube video every week for 3 years. That's a rock star definition, because the amount of times I'm going to sit down and not want to do it, not feel like doing it, are going to be the weights in the gym, are going to be the thing that evolves me into the person who's capable and strong at creating weekly videos like this. That is the stimulus that's going to grow the muscle, the rock star muscle, the professional muscle. How do we do this? Creating results. We create results. Time on an activity does not matter. To be very clear, if you're literally just getting started at playing a guitar, singing, writing, creating social media content, public speaking, of course you need to spend enough time within the activity to gain a basic level of skill. This said, once you have that basic level of skill, I want to urge you to really set goals. Set goals that make you uncomfortable, such as I'm going to post a weekly video, such as I'm going to grow my social media, such as I'm going to release my work into the world, such as I'm going to go out there and perform. Set impossible goals. Set goals that feel uncomfortable for you, because that's where the growth is. That's where the evolvement is. And the focus on results is not so much for the result itself. It is something which can help you overcome the parts of yourself that are blocking you from the goal that you want to achieve. So have goals. Have different kinds of goals. Have short-term goals, medium-term goals, long-term goals, and do them. That's how you build confidence. Have goals and do them. Set an amount of content that you want to create per week and do it. Set an amount of time that you want to exercise per week and do it. Now, how do you bring professional energy to your goals? How do you bring rock star energy to your goals? Here's how. Ask yourself, am I doing enough? Am I doing enough to get the goal? Let's say that you've set a goal of, I want to have 10,000 followers, and you're posting once every couple of days. You will feel an amount of stress when I ask that question. Am I doing enough? You'll feel a disproportionate large amount of stress because you know you're not. Whereas if you were posting 3 times a day and I ask you, are you doing enough? You'd feel some stress, but you would know within yourself, I'm doing the things I need to do in order to get the result. Maybe it's just a case of time, doing more. To take another example, you could be thinking about losing body fat. And if I ask you, are you doing enough? The amount of stress that you feel when I ask you that question is an indication of how much action you need to take. So if you're not really losing fat, but you know that you're not really eating in your deficit, you know that you're not really moving enough, you're going to feel a lot of stress when I ask you that question. So I urge you to ask yourself right now, that goal you've got in the back of your mind, are you doing enough? Are you actually doing enough? And here's the thing, if you are doing enough, even if you're not getting the result yet, you're not going to feel stressed when I asked you that. When I was raising £20,000 for my crowdfunder, which was a bigger goal than I'd ever set. One time I'd done 10,000 successfully, another time I'd done 7,000 successfully. And crowdfunding is where you go out into the world and you say, guys, I've got this idea, I'm going to do it, can you help me? Can you help me make this happen? Now, when I decided I was going to raise £20,000 from crowdfunding, I was doing everything. I was DMing people, I was voice noting people, I was making new offers every day, I was mailing out every second day, I was doing 5 posts a day on all my different platforms. And most of the money that I crowdfunded successfully came towards the end, but I made a decision as a rock star professional, I made a decision that I was going to do everything within my power to be the person who was deserving of that goal. Make yourself the person who's deserving of the goal that you have. And if you make yourself the person that's deserving of the goal that you have, you'll probably get the goal, you'll probably achieve the result that you want to achieve. But that's not even the point. The point is evolvement. The point is developing into that person. It's exciting. It's fun to develop into that person. So when I ask you, are you doing enough? And that stress is created, what I want to urge you, what I want to invite you to do today is to think about your life as if this was your last year. If this was your last year, would you try harder? Would you be willing to be embarrassed? Would you be willing to feel the negative emotion that you need to feel in order to create the thing that you want to create? I was recording vocals for my brand new album the other day, and I just felt like I didn't have it. I didn't have it in me. I couldn't do it. I was like, I can't do this. I can't. And I walked to the kitchen. I had a big drink of water. And I thought to myself, I'm a professional. I'm a rock star. Let me get back in there. I stretched out, let the air into my body. I got in there and I nailed it because I'm a rock star, because I'm a professional. And I want to invite you to think about yourself as a rock star, as a professional, and see how this changes all of the action in your life. When you start to identify yourself as that kind of person, it's like giving the universe a signal that you can't actually back down from, which is a beautiful thing. Living like this is your last year is a way of putting yourself in that vibration of determination, of single-mindedness. You can do it. You can do it if you decide to do it. It's a decision. And even if the decision does not create the result immediately, what it is going to create is you becoming the person who is decisive. Rock stars are decisive. Professionals are decisive. We do not spend time worrying about what we're going to do, overthinking it. We take action. We make things happen. We create results. Which are you? Which do you want to be? You can be a spectator. That's a beautiful thing. Nothing wrong with that. But if you have it quietly inside of yourself that you really think you might want to be a rock star, might want to be a professional, then I'm here today to tell you, you owe it to the world to overcome yourself enough to become that person. Because you've not even seen 2% of what you're capable of right now. If you have the seed inside of yourself to become that kind of person and you're not there yet, you haven't seen anything like what you're capable of yet. I'll tell you, it's amazing when you make a decision to be a rock star, to be a professional, to be decisive, in spite of whatever else you're feeling, alongside everything else that you're feeling, You will be amazed what you can do. This is not, by the way, about being perfect. This is not about being perfect. This is the opposite. Perfectionists are not rock stars. Perfectionists are not professionals. Because true professionals are incredibly thorough, but also understand that the imperfect result is worth 100 times the unmanifested perfect idea. Let me say that again because it is so important. The imperfect result is so much more valuable than the result that you never create because you're afraid, but it's quote unquote perfect in your mind's eye. Every single person who's given an example to this world of what is possible within the realms of art, within the realms of creativity, within the realms of science, within the realms of technology, every single rock star / professional who's created an example and a result for the world has done it on a mountain of failure, has done it on a mountain of shame, embarrassment. It's okay. It's okay that you're feeling all those things. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It's what everybody feels. That's human life. The only people with no feelings are dead people. So it's okay that you're feeling a lot of different stuff. What's not okay is if you have an amazing idea that you want to share with the world that could help people, that you don't do it because you call yourself quote unquote a perfectionist. There are no perfectionists. You're just afraid. Reframe it. Every single time that you're tempted to say, I'm a perfectionist, just say instead, I'm afraid. Call it what it is, because when you call it what it is, then you've got an opportunity to own it, change it, become a rock star, become a professional. It's not about being perfect. It's about helping others. It's about creating results. It's about creating impact. It's about leaving it all on the table. So when all's said and done, you can say, maybe it wasn't perfect, but I gave it my best shot. I gave it everything that I had. That is what matters. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Look for that word in your vocabulary. As an artist, as a creator, look for that word. Consistent. Be consistent. Rock stars, professionals are consistent. Let me tell you about my friend Duncan. He came to the studio the other day. He's a double bass player. And he created, within 5 hours, we played 2 songs together live. And he nailed it. By the way, never heard any of this material before. And he also played bass on 9 tracks that I'd previously recorded that he'd never heard, and he nailed it and he left. Did he make mistakes? Of course. But within that 6 hours, he worked hard. I want to say this very clearly. I don't think most people know what hard work is. Hard work is not working for a long time. Sometimes it can be if you want to. Hard work is being a rock star, being a professional, and creating a result. Duncan came to the studio, played his double bass, left, having created not only 1 result, but 2 live tracks and 9 overdub tracks in 5 hours. Now, some people will come to the studio, play a bit, I'm just not really feeling that. Don't know, I'm going to learn that. If you give me bit more time. You know what? I'll take it away today. Let me take it away. Let me just learn it. Let me come back another time. I could send you tracks for that. I feel like that's cool, but I'll work on it a bit more. Do you see the difference? Duncan showed up. He showed up with an energy of, let's make this happen. I'm decisive. I'm going to make the decisions. I'm going to work hard and I'm going to leave. And it's going to be done. By the time I leave today, it's going to be done. I want to urge you to start thinking about creating results like this. And what you're going to learn is the whole thing in your head of, I need this long, is absolute nonsense. You don't need as long as you think to create results. Working hard is creating results. Set an amount of time, decide ahead of time how much time you're going to spend on the activity, and then create that result in that time. When I sit down to write songs with people, I'm going to create a result in that time. We are going to write a song or 2 songs in that hour. I am not there to sit and wait for inspiration and let the muse wash over me. That's for amateurs. And if you are an amateur and you enjoy it and that's what you like, beautiful. That's cool. But I'm here today to encourage you to think about this, because if you are someone who wants to be a rock star, who wants to be a professional, understand this is the mindset that we are using. And I encourage you, I invite you to use it too. Okay, 3 things that are going to help you become a rock star, become a professional. Number 1, do the thing in 1 day. That idea that you have, that you think, I need a month to make that happen. Let's say, I'm going to set up automation on my social media. I'm going to write 2 songs. I'm going to set up a savings account with a Cash ISA. The thing that you think that you're going to do over the next month, do it today. The annoying thing that you can't be bothered doing, do it today. Do it right now. Do it immediately. And then do something nice. Go for a walk, have a little coffee, treat yourself. But do it today. You can do it today. Set an amount of time, make the decision and get it done. Number 2, take your 10-year goal and put it into 6 months. So if your goal is to make an album in the next 10 years, or write a book in the next 10 years, or book 100 gigs in the next 10 years, or network more, or lose fat, or create a better relationship with your family, or whatever, take that 10-year goal and do it in 6 months. Because, of course, you might not hit it. That's not the point. The point is, it's going to change your personality and you're going to become more of a rock star. You're going to become more of a professional. Number 3, the last thing in becoming a rock star, becoming a professional, and possibly the most important thing, consume the right content. Consume stuff like this. Consume positive content. Consume stuff that challenges you to become more of yourself. Consume stuff that challenges you to be a positive person. Consume stuff that invites you to see what's inside of yourself, to explore your own capacity. Because here's the thing. If you're a rock star, if you're a professional, you're always going to have people around you telling you to chill, telling you to slow down, telling you it's too much, telling you you should watch the news, telling you you should stay in touch with what's going on in the world, telling you you should have the slice of cake, telling you should chill out. You're always going to have that kind of input. And what I want to offer you, and what I want to invite you to think about at the end of this episode, is if you want to become a professional and a rock star in your creative endeavor, you are going to be the exception. You are. Most people use creativity as an outlet. And you have to understand the difference between using creativity as an outlet and using it as your vocation, using it as a thing that makes you a professional. They are 2 different things. Professionals show up when they're stressed. Professionals show up when they're sick. Professionals show up when they're tired. Professionals show up when there's other things happening in their life that are hard to deal with. You have to make a decision on which one you are. And when you do, it's going to bring you a lot of peace. And when you commit, when you decide that this is what you want to do, and you're going to give it your all, you're going to feel peace, because it's going to be hard, but at least you know which one you are. And then you have a plan. You have a path. You have somewhere to go. I truly wish you all the best with it. And if you're not already in the club, I want to invite you right now to come and join. My club is a creative hub. It's a place where you can get good input, feel good, be encouraged, be inspired, be around other like-minded people. There's documentaries, there's movies, there's a WhatsApp community where we stay in touch and keep each other accountable. If you're looking for one place to consume the right kind of content, that's it. You've got it. And here's the really exciting news. It's only $1.50 a month to join. I wanted to make something that was accessible, because so many of the coaching programs that I was a part of when I was getting started cost $200, $300 and more to be in per month. So I thought, what if I could create something that was literally, basically free? You know, it's a couple of bucks a month. This said, it needs to be something. It has to be something. It can't just be another free thing that I do, because number one, I need to make money, and number two, I don't want people in the club who don't think it's worth $2. So if you fancy supporting me and you fancy getting access to all that amazing content, courses, movies, documentaries, community, etc., click the link in the top comment. You guys have a great week, and I'll chat to you next week.